Hey there, I'm Jama, and over the past few years, I've become very interested in onomatology, the study of names. I've never really liked my name until I researched the meaning of it. My name means paradigm shifter, and I'd like to shift your paradigm by shining a light on onomatology and how it can potentially help you find your purpose, help you communicate better with others, or even both. In each episode, I ask someone 8 basic questions regarding their name that focuses on onomatology. So sit back, relax, and try to shift your paradigm with this next episode. All right, so on today's episode, I am excited to have a coworker on again, and her name is Brooklyn. So welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too because you have a very interesting meaning for your name. So we're just going to jump right to the first question, which is, do you already know what the meaning of your name is?
I don't. I've been waiting for this so that you can tell me and we can talk
Really?
about it. Yes. I didn't want to look it up and spoil it, so.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Um, so the meaning that I found is it's like Old English and it translates to broken land. It can also mean small stream or land by the brook. So, I mean, it's kind of like, land by the brook is almost like, inverting the two words. But
Yeah.
I don't know, what are your thoughts on that initially?
Um, Definitely not what I was expecting. I mean, I know you think of brook, you think of water,
Mhm.
stream, I guess, kind of thinking about that, you can think, water is always moving and I'm constantly moving, doing stuff. I'm a very fast-paced person.
Yeah.
So I think that, makes sense. And broken land is interesting. But it's interesting to me because I have, I guess, a very blended family, if you will. And,
Okay.
my parents split when I was very young. I have, younger sisters and have kind of had just family in all different places. So I feel like that is kind of interesting and kind of
Yeah.
relates to that in a way. Um, so those are kind of my, first thoughts hearing that.
Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. I'm just kind of curious. Have you ever been to Brooklyn, New York?
So I went to New York City once. We didn't specifically go into Brooklyn, but I did get a picture under the Brooklyn Bridge sign. But
Okay.
everybody always asks if I'm from Brooklyn or if I'm from New York. I've had all the nicknames like Bronx, Queens, and I'm like, I have been to New York once and I didn't like it, and I'm not from there at all. But that's what everyone always asks me. And, my name is Brooklyn with 2 N's, so it's a little bit
Mhm.
different than New York, and that also has been, like, my downfall because no one ever spells my name right. Um,
Yeah.
so but
That's interesting. Yeah. Well, and my middle name is Lynn with 2 N's. And what I have found that Lynn means is like waterfall or like a water spacious like area, kind of like peacefulness. And I thought that that was interesting. Does that like kind of resonate with you at all?
no, because nothing about my life is peaceful at all.
Well, the
Um
waterfall pipe part might be like in terms of like major water pouring on you.
Yeah, yeah, that in that sense, yeah, just when it rains, it pours is
Mhm.
a phrase that I use all the time in my life because if
Okay.
it's not one thing, it's another all the time.
Yeah.
I've considered myself to be a person that does not have good luck, and there's always something going wrong in one way or another. Um,
Okay.
but I think the reason that my parents named me Brooklyn with 2 N's is my mom's name is Jennifer and she goes by Jen with 2 N's, and it drives her crazy when people spell her name with 1 N. So, then my dad was like, "Oh, we should do Brooklyn with 2 N's because it's similar to, to you." And then
Cool.
that's just how it happened.
I like that. So that
Yeah.
was pretty much like, do you know of any other reasons why they named you Brooklyn or just kind of that?
So I know, I think they got the idea one time when they said they were watching a movie, and when they were watching the credits, there was an actress with the name of Brooklyn, and they were like, "That's a pretty cool name." And then they just named me that one day.
Okay,
So yeah.
cool. Awesome. Well, and have you ever had thoughts like as a teenager or a young girl in your head, like, oh, I wish I had a different name? Or have you always liked having your name?
I've always kind of liked it just because it is so different, and it is one thing that my whole life, it being little, and even now when I go places or meet new people and I tell them my name, they're like, "That's a beautiful name, and that's really unique, and I really like it." And so it just, I never knew any other Brooklyns growing up, so I always just felt really unique in my name, and especially because it was spelled differently than it typically is for other people that I've seen that have the name or
Yeah.
like the city. So I always really liked it. It was always kind of something that was really special to me and just made me feel good when people would compliment it. Not that I came up with it myself, but I'm like, thanks. I do have a cool name.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's like has a cool factor and then it has like it's like feels solid, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And it does make me think of New York though.
It does for everyone. One thing that drives me insane though is when people like abbreviate it and call me Brooke. I've always hated to be called Brooke.
Um,
I'm always like, no, it's Brooklyn. My name is Brooklyn, not
yeah,
Brooke or not Lynn. So it's always kind of been just my full name. But
interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I would be the same way for sure. It's
yeah.
like that is your name. So,
Yeah.
okay. Cool. And if you were forced to change your name, what would you change it to and why?
I was thinking about this. Probably just something, and like no offense to people who have these names, but just something like super common and basic like Emily or,
Hmm.
Marie or
Yeah.
something that just is a lot of people have, because if I was trying to stay hidden, I feel like that would be a good way to, because there's so many people by that name, that it would be harder to find me. And it's so different than what my name is now.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've been trying to also think like, do I know of any Brooklyns? And I don't think I do. I think I've heard one of the Spice Girls named their kid Brooklyn, but that's all I know. But it doesn't seem like it would be like that unique of a name, but yeah, I don't really know any Brooklyns.
I
So,
think it's getting more popular because I definitely have, you know, I feel like friends or like extended family that have named their kids that. And I feel like it's maybe becoming a little bit more popular. But when I was growing up, I didn't know anybody. So, yeah.
gotcha. Cool. Yeah, I was thinking it might be like a younger generation, more popular name. That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. And I know you said like some people try to take off the Lynn and just call you Brooke, but has anybody like mispronounced your name at all?
Not mispronunciations as much as I get misspellings all the time. People will forget the second N. People will spell it like Brookline. They'll put an E in the middle of it. So it's like Brooklyn.
Oh yeah.
So I've seen basically every different type of way you could try to spell it.
Mhm.
So other than just people shortening it, I see people misspell it a lot.
How does
And
it make you feel?
it's definitely something that I don't like. It depends on the situation. If you don't know me, it's fine. But one thing specifically that bothers me, like at work, and people spell my name wrong and they email me all the time. And it's like, well, you can see it in my signature. And it's just, if people just aren't paying attention and don't spell it right, it kind of bothers me.
Yeah.
Or especially if I've corrected somebody before and then they continue to do it. As I've gotten older, I'm less likely to correct you. It's just internally, I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
but it's
It makes
something
it
I've
hard
kinda
to
had
be
to
Brooke.
learn to live with my whole life. And, I never had a name that, I would go to a souvenir shop and find my name on a keychain or something, it was
Oh yeah.
not anything like that I could ever do.
Yeah. I feel you in that department.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a pretty special name too.
Yeah. Cool. All right. And do you think, I know that you just learned the meaning, but when you hear like broken land or small stream, land by the brook, I know you were talking about it earlier, like kind of like giving me your initial thoughts, but do you think maybe subconsciously it shapes the way that you see the world around you or the way that you act?
I think a little bit. I think earlier when I was thinking about this too, something about like the water and stream just kind of makes me think about adaptability. And I feel
Hmm,
like I always have things going on, and water just kind of will go around whatever's in its way. And I feel like I kind of tend to do that in life and just kind of adapt to whatever my situation is and either figure out a way around it or something like that. So I think subconsciously it definitely does. The meaning of it does kind of resonate with me. But yeah.
that's interesting. And now that you say that and you verbalize that, I mean, I don't really know you all that well. And I know like we've worked together, but not like closely.
Mhm.
And it's interesting because you're like the time that I have worked with you, I've had experienced nothing but like, like positive, like, okay, like let's figure it out. Like, the adaptability factor. And that's so true. That's definitely a characteristic that I feel like you hold for sure, which is a good thing. So,
Yeah, thank you.
yeah, very cool. I like that. That's really neat. Very cool. One, my last question. So it is based on the best-selling book of all time, which happens to be the Bible. And I'm just curious, like your opinion about why you think it was mentioned. What was the purpose of it being mentioned? Of the few people that have mentioned their names were changed, like Sarai was changed to Sarah, Abram was changed to Abraham, and Saul was changed to Paul. Just kind of curious about like what your thoughts are about why that was mentioned.
Yeah, so I'm not like an expert by any means, and I don't really know the stories that well, but I did try to do a little bit of research before the call at least. And I know it has to do, with I think the New Testament or basically, you know, some like change in their paths of what they were supposed to be doing or who they were. So obviously, since everyone's name does have a meaning, and I feel like in some way everyone can kind of relate to it. The name was kind of changed to fit their new purpose or whatever they were supposed to be carrying out. Due to that identity change.
Yeah, yeah, very cool. I agree. I like it. All right. Well, those are all my questions that I had for you. Do you have any questions for me?
I don't think so, but I had a really good time answering all
Awesome.
these questions and talking about it.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you could be a part of it. And I loved how you answered question 7. Like that was kind of like a light bulb moment. And I hope that that helps and like brings you clarity on some things. And I don't know. So learning when I learned about the meaning of my name, it kind of helped answer a few questions in my life. So hopefully that was a good thing for you. And yeah, I'm really thankful that you're a part of it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It was definitely interesting, and I think that now that I know that, there will definitely be times or experiences that I go through that I feel like I'm like, yes, this is me, because it's my name or the situation that I can, be in and apply it to myself. And yeah, I will definitely think about it moving forward.
That's awesome. All right. Very cool. Well, I
Well,
will talk
thank you so
to you.
much.
Yeah, thank you.